Welcome back. Well, the markets are still holding up actually, not too bad. The Nifty is still up almost 0.6%. Bank Nifty also up about 60 odd points, but off its highs. Escorts is the stock on our radar. It's up 2.5% after positive commentary came in from the management at the conference call. In fact, the management is here with us. So Bharat Madan, the group CFO of Escorts, joins us on the phone line to talk about the performance as well as the way forward. Mr. Madan, good morning. I want to start by asking you about the core margins in the agri business. Despite a fall in revenues, your margins have risen to almost 14.5%. And you did mention that it's because of lower costs as well as softer raw material prices. Do you think these two triggers will hold even in the next few quarters? And is this a sustainable margin performance?
Yes, Sonia, if you look at the last previous 2 quarters, I think we've been maintaining these margins. So I don't think this will be an issue. So I think the margin-wise, even we have given a guidance on a full-year basis, it will likely improve. So we are confident of maintaining these margins or maybe even bettering it in the times to come.
Okay. Mr. Madan, how has the performance been in July? Are you all producing to capacity?
So July has been a bit of a challenge because in June we virtually hit 90-95% of our capacity utilization to the end of the month. But July, because of some supply chain issues with some of the suppliers who went into the lockdown because of the COVID positive case detected in the factory. So we had some slowdown there. So, but now the supplies have resumed now. So July will slightly, normally from the sales perspective, in any case, July is a sales soft month. And most of the industry players, they basically built up inventory for the coming festive season. So to that extent, I think we'll be able to make it up now in August. So we should by mid-August, we should be back to the utilization levels.
So in Q1, you sold about 18,000 tractors, which was a fall of 14% year on year. Given that you're seeing some pressures in July, do you think Q2 could be worse than Q1? I mean, what are you forecasting in terms of volumes?
No, we don't expect it should be worse. Normally September is a very good month. So July and August is a soft month, but September makes up for the volume. So we expect the volumes in Q2 should be slightly better than Q1.
Okay, Q2 should be slightly better than Q1. All right, that's good to hear. The other thing I wanted to ask you about was on the other businesses, because, you know, construction business was loss-making this time. Railway business has fallen quite a bit. Are you seeing any green shoots at all in either of these businesses?
The railway was a temporary situation because the factories to which we supply, especially the coach factories in Chennai, was in lockdown till 30th of June. So we had dispatched supplies from our plant, but we could not deliver it to the customer. That's why we don't recognize the revenue. But now that supplies are resumed in July, so we'll see normal month in the normal quarter actually this time for the railway business. Maybe we should be actually have to catch up to do with the balance 9 months, so railway should actually perform better in the balance 9 months. Construction continues to be a challenge right now, so I think we have seen a major pickup in demand with most of the customers with whom we sell. So they still are under moratorium arrangement with the banks, and the banks are not willing to extend any financing to the customers who are available moratorium. So that situation hopefully will end by end of August if the moratorium is not extended. So we should see the revival coming in early September onwards in the segment, but that segment will remain under pressure this year.
Okay, so the banks are not extending a moratorium in the construction segment. In fact, you know, cranes were down 81%, compactors were down 63%. Do you expect these two pockets to continue to fall? I mean, what is the order book right now, and any kind of delays in payments that you're facing from customers?
So we don't really have the order book in this case, because normally the sales is mostly to the retail customers and also to the channel partners, especially for the backhoe loader backhoe segment. So, but yes, like this year, the normal level of equipment sale has been the range of 250 to 300 machines a month, and we expect the normality to come back into the system from sometime in September onward. Normally, SP is a better period for projecting equipment.
Okay. Just a quick word also on the collaboration with Kubota. In your presentation, you did mention that production will start soon, but I didn't see any kind of date. So can you give us a date of rollout? What are the products that you plan to roll out under the brand Kubota? And what kind of revenue potential do you think this would bring for you over the next 1 year?
So the JV actually will start with the Kubota brand tractors. So Kubota is a brand which we are using for supplies from our own products which we are exporting through Kubota network. And the JV will actually go into production from end of September as of now. So we expect this year also be slightly lower utilization. It will only start with 1 or 2 variants of the tractors. As we extend next year, we expect the numbers should grow. At full capacity, the revenue should be somewhere close to 1,500 to 1,600 crores in that entity.
Okay. Mr. Madan, is the MEIS scheme since it's getting replaced, we understand that the MEIS scripts are being discontinued, not honored if they are issued after April 1st. Are you facing any issues in terms of getting money? Will that be a negative?
For the export purposes?
Yes. The merchandise exports incentive scheme.
Okay. No, so we have not faced any issue. So as of now, so let's see, because I don't have much information about this thing. So maybe we'll have to really get back to you.
Okay. What is the extent of capacity utilization of 100%?
For tractor, like I said, July has gone slow. So in June we touched 95% utilization. But July, because of supply constraints, we are not maybe selling at some 60-65% utilization. But by beginning of August or mid-August, we expect we should be back to 100% utilization. With 3 shifts working.
Back to 100% utilization by mid-August. That's optimistic. Also, by the end of the year, do you think that this will be a growth year for the industry and for escorts? I know it may be too soon to give a prognosis, but what's your best guess?
Yeah, if you look at all the variables for agriculture sector are positive, so we don't see a concern. So maybe after the monsoon is over and you get a very, very well distributed monsoon and a good harvest of the Kharif season too. So we can actually expect a good growth for the industry this time. And actually we are banking on single-digit growth for the full year. And if you look at the first quarter, we actually degrown in the industry by 14%. So which means the balance 9 months for the industry will grow at a double-digit pace, which is quite bullish. I think it's the kind of expectation and the confidence which we have. So we think the industry should deliver positive growth this year.
All right. Okay, Mr. Madan, it was a pleasure having you with us. Thank you very much. You do bring a lot of green onto the screen, one of those sectors that's doing very well. Well, speaking of green on the screen, let's just get back to the markets. The Nifty has retained most of the green, but